Hi everyone, Mike from the Excel Trainer here. In this video, I'll show you a super simple way to calculate both a person's and a puppy's age if you have their date of birth. If you want to follow along, you can download a copy of the demo file from the link in the description below. So here I have a list of members of the 1980s music appreciation group that I run. As you can see, column C contains the date of birth of each person, and I need to calculate their age. There's a couple of ways that I can do this, but for me, the simplest and most accurate is to use the DATEDIF function. Now, the DATEDIF function doesn't show up in the list of functions. It was created many years ago in order to provide backwards compatibility. But if you know what to type in the brackets, it still works. And that's what I'll be showing you in this video. So in D2, I will put equals DATEDIF, open brackets. And you'll notice that the parameter help does not appear in the help pop-up. So that's why I said you need to know what goes inside the brackets. The first parameter or piece of information that you have to provide to the function is the cell that contains the earliest of the two dates. In this case, there's two dates I want to calculate the difference between. There's the date of birth and today's date, and the date of birth is the earliest date, and that's in C2. Then I put my comma, and then I need today's date. The simplest way to put that in is to use another function, the today function. The today function requires no parameters, so I'll just type today, open bracket, close bracket. And then the final parameter is the letter Y, and that stands for years, and that has to go in double quotes. Close my brackets and press enter. And that returns the number of whole years between the two dates. I'll copy that formula down, and we are done. Now, imagine I had a puppy and I was walking with said puppy in my local park, and someone stops me and asks how old my puppy is. Now, I would expect to know how old my puppy is, but this, of course, is a demo. We tend to reference puppies' ages in terms of weeks, but unfortunately, the DATEDIF function doesn't have a weeks parameter, but it does have a days parameter. And I can divide the number of days it returns as the answer by 7 to give me weeks. So in B2, I'll put equals DATEDIF, open brackets, A2, because that's the date of birth of the puppy, comma. Then I'll use the today function, as I did before, and in double quotes, I will put a D and close brackets. Now that gives me 118, which is the number of days old my puppy is. I'll go up to the formula bar, click to edit the formula, and on the end I'll put divided by 7. Now that's returned a very strange value, the 16th of January 1900. That's got nothing to do with the age of my puppy. It's a quirk of the DATEDIF function, that when you have the DATEDIF function on its own, it returns the number of days or months or years between two dates. But as soon as you add something else into the formula, it changes the format of the result to a date. Now, if I click on the drop-down arrow in the number section on the ribbon and change it from date, which is what it's currently set to, and select general, that removes the formatting from that cell. So what was the 16th of January 1900? Well, every day in Excel is given a unique number called a serial number, and it represents the number of days from the 1st of January 1900, because that is the first day that Excel recognises. So the 16th of January 1900 is in effect day 16. So all it had done is taken 16.857, which is the result of my formula, and formatted it as a date. And then I had to remove the date formatting. Now, I don't actually want it to show as 16.857. Don't want to say that my puppy is 16.857 weeks old. I want to show it as 16. I could just remove the decimal places, but watch what happens. It rounds up to 17. That's because all those buttons are doing is removing the decimal places. But as soon as there are no decimal places, if the decimal is more than 0.5, it rounds up. So I'm going to edit the formula and I'm going to wrap the entire formula in another function. And the function I'm going to use is the int function. So equals int, open brackets. The formula there is what is going to give me the number, close the brackets and enter. And then I can remove the decimal places. What the int function does is it returns the integer element, which is the bit before the decimal point. So if you found this video useful, please give it a like and make sure you subscribe for more. If you've got any suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments. I also have a free weekly newsletter and you can sign up for that at theexceltrainer.co.uk. But until the next time, have an excellent day.